Grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. This is Kid Magic Rock. Shouts out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. But first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Take your breath. Take your breath. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Lift it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Drink. 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 Come on. Come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 What? Drink your water. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Oh, family, you are in the place to be, man. We are glad that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, in the home of the stubborn minority, in the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother Hatim. Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simple production all day, every day, where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Family, we are at the top of the week, and we are in the week of Nia. I want to give all of the Nia babies a round of applause. This is your week. And I want to salute all the Mojo babies because this is when y'all are seeing it. Shouts out to the Mojo babies. Oh, anime, can I get my music? All right, we're going to get into the Toast family. I want to welcome you once again. This is the official first, I guess this would be the second, but this is the second broadcast in 2023. Gye-Nyame is coming off our long break. Yep, we took a couple of weeks to chill, and we will get back to creating content, but it will be coming across a little bit differently in the future, and we're working on that, and we're getting some things in place, man. We got our mindset set around conquering 2023, and that is exactly what we're going to do, and I hope that you have the same thoughts as we move and build as a tribe. Now, first off, I want to say shots once again to all of you out there that's taking the time to see this. Hopefully, the family will be meeting me at 6:45 a.m. on our Nguza Saba Challenge chat so that we could go and have the discussion about the Nguza Saba Challenge. Some of y'all going to be starting this morning, and I am hyped up. So, without any further ado, I will be posting up a link for those who might be interested in getting on the Nguza Saba Challenge because it's not too late. Well, it's never too late, but you will not get that in that Kwanzaa Caesar offer because Kwanzaa Caesar is over. So we are going to move forward in strength and power, as we usually do, as we do here on Gye-Nyame Journey. Now, let's go and let's lift up our ancestors. So, I am not going to be drinking ambrosia water. I got some ambrosia. I got some fresh ambrosia, but my son hasn't felt the need to go on and bottle it up. So I'm going to let him go and miss out on the opportunities with that ambrosia. Let it get old, and I'll turn it into ambrosia water. For those that don't know, that ambrosia water is a new mixture, basically where I use a mature ambrosia like this, right? Only need a little bit. Add water and add a little bit of honey, and man, we got some good drinking. But what makes this better for me is that I could ship this because I ain't got to worry about the bottles blowing up, because you know with the ambrosia is still alive. This is still alive, but it's more water, so you not only get the probiotics, but you also hydrate yourself at the same time when you're drinking that ambrosia water. But hey, it's coming. But we're going to keep it moving. Family, first off, we want to lift up our glass and we want to toast the creator by whatever name you choose to call it creator. We lift up our glass, we lift it high, and we say the words of power around these parts. We say, Ashe. From there, we move on and we toast our personal ancestors. And of course, you know, this is the time where we do the whole list. So let's go and let's get that list out. Let's get that list ready so that we could begin saluting our ancestors. For those who are interested in getting their ancestors on the list, please go and join our email list. The link will be in the description. But for those that are quick, you get it at freegnjecourse.com. freegnjecourse.com. You know, not only do you get the free e-course, you get to communicate with us, and you get also a lot of inside information that we're passing on to those that are on our email list. What we have found is that a lot of these places like Facebook, YouTube, they're throttling the content, and I could reach the same amount of people on my email list, right? And I'm going to start utilizing and building up the email list. So those of you that are interested in getting on the email list, please get in contact with us at freegnjecourse.com. Get on the email list so that you could get the information that will be coming out. I'm trying to do it on a weekly basis, and we're going to work it out in 2023. So, lifting up our personal ancestors, I'm going to start with the list that I have. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert the Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia, and William. Ooh, hold on. I got somebody I forgot to add to the list. I want to do it while it's on my mind. All right. Got it. So we lifted up our ancestors, our personal ancestors. We starting off with this list right here. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittmanell, Nomo X, Sapet Mont Rob, Malika Pakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Clark. Hold on. We got Elder Ron Coleman. We got Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dale Puddin, Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Reen Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Williams, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Mel Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sel Well, Levita Farmer, Agosto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keishla Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Drill Giles Watson, Spell Slimmy Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Navina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kinty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, Jane Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Vester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amateur Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Delma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, Tamika Rusty, Mayonnaise, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Anders Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scatterberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Mark Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nayland Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, Dave Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Darren Wilkinson Sr., and McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, Georgia and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia Netwell Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Halsey Hadstad, Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cooper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, and West Staten, JoJo, Jamel Oz, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Netta Green, Beth Barnes, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruben Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Ivory, Mandarin Coper, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell. We got Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka and Fatima McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, Jane Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Simon Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jashonda Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Kareem Mackey. We got Victor Bolden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, J.R. Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nate Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Wester, Alice Wester, Ivy Wester, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve, Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Charles A. Young. We got Sylvester Foster, James Lizzie Winston, Abe, and Julia Lawrence. We got Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Mentor. We got Mary Smith, Juanette, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice here, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Story, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Reesa, Nanette Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett. We got LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona, Yolanda Honey, Vaughn Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate. We got Pam Johnson, Viren Reese Fisher, Jerry Jocelyn McCallop, also known as Mama Moon. We got Sheila Anley, Panchita Albert, Donna Brooks, Barbara Moses, Ida Spade, Era Branson, Eric Winston. We got Darren Bridges. We got Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny, Charles Stevenson Jr., King Pleasant, Sarah Keat, Lena Shepard, Brett L. Willen, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson, William Haskins, Geraldine Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones, Leslie Travers, Charlize Barnes, DeJuan Lewis Taylor, Madeline Yates, June Dandridge, Daisy Wilford, Frederick Smith, James and Amanda Baldwin, Lydia Williams, Sally Williams, Vivian Stevenson, Irene Harris, Callie Williams, Abu Scales, Pat Williams, Mrs. Bertha Walker, Tony Ogletree, Grandma Marguerite, Tracy Emery, Hassan Abdul Razak, Vivian Johnson, B.J. Jones, Avigel Roboleto Monterosa, Chet Word, Mama Rahani, Delray Michelle Nash, Joseph Lane Miller III, Renoko Rashidi, Bobby Battle, Fred Gasson, Tracy Gasson, Adora Gibson, Elder Simba, Brother Bashir, Tommy Hustle, also known as Tommy the Barber, Elder Phil Haynes, Arminta Brantley, Aunt Carol Walker Welsh, Carrie Ann Brooks, Jeremiah Williams, Tony Smith, Antoinette Pinson, Juanita Mosley, Michelle Simons, Irene Johnson, Aunt Pauline, Nanny Baker, Ian Dabney, Quincy Yelder, Josiah Miller, Brother David Moore, Lisa Smith, William Thomas, Neba Fitzgerald, Odessa Bell, Mary Lou Rosello, Yeye Motley, and Yvonne Bonnie Gatson Harris. Yvonne Bonnie Gatson Harris. Yvonne Bonnie Gatson Harris. We lift up our glass and we salute and we call on all of our ancestors. And we say the word of power around these parts. Calling on them. Man, it feels so good to be able to do it again. We lift it up and we say, Ashe. From there, we move to the present moment, which is our time. Family, we got to lift up our glass for ourselves. We got to salute ourselves and we got to rededicate ourselves to establishing our place in time, right? We got to, this is our time, right? And our goal is to not only take what our ancestors left us, but to build upon it so that we could pass it forward in a more structured, in a stronger, in a more powerful form, right? Taking our time to build. So we lift up our glass in this moment, realizing what we are responsible for, and we say the words of power, or the word of power, Ashe. From there, we move to our future generation. We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity, and we say, Ashe. From there, we raise our glass, and we move to all of our relations, and we toast it. We toast them, and we say, Ashe. From all the relations, we're going to move. From all our relations, we're going to move to our special causes. Any special causes in the house that we want to send some energy to? Come on now, lifting it up. Ashe. And also, we're going to move from there. And we're going to lift up all of those that are in the village that are, as they used to say in the church where I grew up, the sick and the shut in. We want to send out energy to those who need the healing energy. And we're sending it out. And we're sending it out to our families and our friends. And we say, Ashe. From there, we're going to move and we're going to lift up this that selfish toast. This is for you again. I'm lifting it up. If your glass is not full, you can't fill nobody else. So what is it that you need right now to move into your power, to move into who you were that you chose to incarnate here today to be, right? Lifting it up. Come on now. What is it that you need? Come on. Ashe. From there, we're going to lift up our tribe. We're lifting up our tribe. And family, as usual, we're lifting up our tribe. My tribe is Gye-Nyame. What's your tribe, right? I'm part of that Daily Toast crew, right? Kuji Chagalia clan, right? Lifting it up high. Come on now. I can't hear y'all. Okay, there we go. Ashe. And family, I want to make sure I toast the most magnificent, most beautiful, most uplifting, the wisest and the bravest individual in the room. I want to lift up my glass and I want to toast you. Right? We say Ashe. And we started with the Creator. And of course, we're going to end with the Creator. And we say Ashe. 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 Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. So those that want to support Gye-Nyame Journey, what we're doing, I'm gonna put the link below or in the description as well. Those that want to get on the Gucci Cyber Challenge and change your life, right? Because to change the life, we gotta change the mind first. Those of you that want to get in plug into the culture, is right there in the Gucci Cyber Challenge family. I am humble, and I thank you for your time. And this is Brother Hot Tim, and I need to let y'all know that I am out. Let's do it, family. But before we leave, oh, I know what it is. Before we leave, let's do this. Bargani, oh!
Bargani. Oh, you don't know what I mean because you only practice Kwanzaa one time a year. We at Gye-Nyame Journey, we practice Kwanzaa 365 days a year, allowing the power of our culture to help build what our ancestors called the best life. And we're inviting you to do the same. Come and join us at freegnjecourse.com so that we can start building together. I'm out.